There is a certain kind of loneliness intelligent people experience that almost nobody notices, because from the outside, they often seem completely fine, calm, self-aware, emotionally controlled. But internally, their mind never stops moving. Every conversation gets replayed. Every emotion gets analyzed. Every disappointment becomes a philosophical question. And after a while, existence itself starts feeling heavy. Not because life is necessarily worse for them, but because they see too much of it at once. The tragedy of intelligence is this. You start noticing things you can no longer unsee. You notice how temporary everything is, how quickly people change, how fragile relationships really are, how often human behavior is driven by fear, insecurity, ego, performance. And once awareness reaches a certain depth, ignorance is no longer available to you. That is why some of the most intelligent people secretly struggle with exhaustion. Not physical exhaustion, mental exhaustion. The exhaustion of constantly thinking, constantly observing, constantly trying to understand a reality that refuses to fully make sense. Nietzsche once wrote, "He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow." But intelligent people often suffer because they spend years searching for that why. And sometimes, the deeper they search, the emptier life begins to feel. Because intelligence does not automatically create meaning. In fact, it often destroys false meaning first. The intelligent mind questions everything society tells it to accept blindly. Success, status, religion, relationships, identity, while others comfortably participate in life. The intelligent person stands slightly outside it, observing, watching people chase approval, watching fake confidence, watching conversations filled with hidden agendas and unconscious performances. At first, this awareness feels powerful, until it becomes isolating, because eventually, shallow interactions become unbearable. You start craving depth in a world addicted to distraction. Small talk feels empty. Crowds feel strangely lonely. And pretending to enjoy meaningless social rituals becomes psychologically exhausting. So intelligent people often withdraw inward, not because they hate people, but because overstimulation slowly drains them emotionally. And this is where suffering quietly intensifies, because isolation feeds thought. And thought, when left uncontrolled long enough, can become dangerous. Most people escape pain through distraction, entertainment, noise, constant stimulation. But intelligent people often struggle to fully distract themselves. Even during moments of happiness, part of their mind remains detached, analyzing the experience while it happens. That is why they rarely feel fully present. A normal person feels heartbreak. An intelligent person investigates it. Why did this happen? Was it inevitable? Did they ever truly love me? Was any of it real? The pain does not simply pass through them. It expands inside them. Dostoevsky once wrote, "To think too much is a disease." And maybe he understood something terrifying about human consciousness. Awareness can become self-destruction. Because the more conscious you become, the harder it is to escape yourself. At night, when the world finally becomes quiet, their thoughts become louder. They think about death, time, regret, missed opportunities, aging parents, past mistakes. The mind turns against itself. And intelligent people become experts at hiding this internal chaos. That is why many of them appear emotionally composed in public. They know how to function while suffering, how to smile politely while mentally exhausted, how to continue daily life while carrying invisible existential weight. Some become emotionally numb. Some become cynical. Some slowly detach from life itself. Carl Jung believed that every human being carries a shadow, the hidden side of themselves they fear confronting. And intelligent people often encounter this shadow earlier than others. Because they spend so much time inside their own minds, they eventually discover uncomfortable truths about themselves. Their insecurity, their jealousy, their loneliness, their desperate need to be understood. And this creates another layer of suffering. Because intelligence does not protect you from being human. You can understand psychology and still feel broken. Understand philosophy and still feel empty. Understand human nature and still feel alone. Knowledge cannot fully heal emotional pain. In some cases, it deepens it. Schopenhauer believed that intelligent people suffer more intensely because they experience reality with greater depth. They do not skim across life lightly. They sink into it. They feel beauty intensely, but also grief. They notice meaning where others see ordinary moments. But they also notice darkness others successfully ignore. That is the hidden cost of awareness. To feel everything more deeply than most people around you. But despite all this, intelligence itself is not the enemy. The real danger is becoming trapped inside your own mind. Because eventually, intelligent people must learn something difficult. Not every question has an answer. Not every thought deserves attention. Not every truth needs obsession. Wisdom begins when the mind finally stops trying to control existence completely. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." And perhaps this is the lesson awareness ultimately leads toward. Not perfect understanding. Acceptance. Acceptance that life is uncertain. People are imperfect. Pain is unavoidable. And meaning is something you create, not something handed to you automatically. Because the wisest people are not the ones who never suffer. They're the ones who learn how to carry suffering without allowing it to poison their soul. And maybe that is why intelligent people suffer so deeply. Because they are capable of seeing both the beauty and horror of existence simultaneously. They see how fragile life is, yet still search for meaning anyway. They feel loneliness intensely, yet still desire connection. They become aware of darkness, yet still continue forward. And perhaps that quiet decision to continue despite awareness is the closest thing to real strength there is.